Alright guys, guess what? Time for some new videos. So, if you're on my channel, you know that we do military aircraft video and photos and air shows. And I wanted to get on here. I want to start a little bit different kind of content. And maybe give a backstory of who is Noise Photography, who is Noise Media. And in doing this is kind of a kickoff to an exciting new chapter in our progression from just photographer to videographer to sharing our love of aircraft and our love of military, specifically U.S. military aircraft and servicemen. So I want to give a huge thank you to any of you that are watching, those of you that have, if you just happen to click on the video, or if you are a subscriber, a huge shout out to those who have subscribed. And I appreciate, Jason and I both appreciate the following and the chance that you guys have given us to share our love and our passion. So to get that started, I do want to mention first off, at the end of this, I will be announcing a special giveaway that we're going to do at the end of the month. And that's something very exciting. I'm looking forward to doing it. Something I've been wanting to do for a while, but now's the time to start the new year right, start January right, and get things. I always swore I would never get in front of a camera. My face is fit perfectly to be behind a camera. I get way too nervous. I hope I'm not showing it right now, but I do get way too nervous talking, but I love to talk. I love to share my passion. I love to share the excitement that I get anytime I see an aircraft, anytime we get the opportunity to go to an air show. So with that being said, I am sharing my face. I am going to be in front of a camera because I think it might bring another aspect to what we do, why we do it, and maybe can bring other people in and say, well, if they can do it, then maybe I can go out there and see these aircraft and find out what their passion is and why they love it. So as you may or may not know, Jason is the other half of Noise Photography. Jason is my husband. He's the one, if you see us, it's always him and I together. He's the one carrying the camera most of the time. I try to have my, my camcorder, but he is the one that started all of this. He has always had a love of photography. At a young age, he started taking photos of trains. We were looking just a couple weeks ago, we found some old photos of trains that he had just taken in his local town. But he's always had a passion for photography. When we got together, we got married. We've been married 25 years now. Back in about 2017, 2018, that's as far back as I can remember. I know that when the kids were little, we did get to go to a Blue Angels air show, but that was, before any of us did video, before we had cell phones, before we had all that stuff. But we just went and enjoyed an air show with little kids. I remember that, but I have no video to show it that I can remember. So, and in about 2017 or 2018, we got the opportunity to go to our first real air show that we can remember. Now, back then, Jason was a photographer, and it really, with him being a photographer, really helped capture his love, or really helped develop his love of aircraft. Back then, my son would go with us. My son is now a Marine, but he would go with us, and Jason would take the photos, and I was always a spotter. So he'd be taking the photos, and I would just get to spot, they're coming from the left, they're coming from the right, get to do all that fun. So we went to this 2017, 2018, went down to Fort Worth to Alliance Airport. Alliance back then had an absolutely fantastic air show. I wish that they could get back to their roots and maybe one of these days we can have another good show there. But that and it's only been a couple years. Even, you know, like I said, back then we were a team. He did the photos, I did the spotting, and I'm not gonna lie, back then I never had an interest in doing video. My thought process was always, I want to capture it with my eyes. I want to be able to see the aircraft, and I felt like by seeing it with my eyes, I could remember more of it. But back then, I was the spotter, and I think there might be some GoPro video of that first air show on our YouTube channel. I think if you go back to the older videos, you might be able to find that. It's not very good. I mean, honestly, you can't hardly see the planes, but it was our start to what we were doing. So fast forward a couple years, I would say in about 2021, somewhere around in there, Jason finally convinced me, you know, if you get the video camera, then you can capture the videos and you can have those memories to share, and we'll have the videos and the photos to be able to look back on and to be able to share with people and show people the aircraft that we love and spotlight what we love. So, of course, going back to my brain being scattered, I'm not a very good researcher. So he was in charge of picking out a camera for me. So he researched, found what at the time would be the perfect camera, bought me a camera, and I started out, of course, I didn't get to start out with anything slow. I didn't get to start out with, you know, something going 10, 20 miles an hour. No. I start with a jet that's flying by at 300 or 400 miles an hour, trying to keep up with it, and without shaking. You can look back and see the progression. My videos, and still are to this day, I still struggle with, and honestly, even with the tripod, I get so excited. I get so physically, just in my bones, excited when I hear the jets, or when I hear those prop planes, and when I hear those engines start up, that it makes it very hard for me to focus, and to, I'm trying to learn how to tune out things on the side whenever that's going on. Maybe one of these days I'll get better at it, but I don't ever want to get past that excitement of airplanes. And it's not just airplanes, it's the whole environment. It's not just airplanes, it's the I don't know how to say it. It's undescribable to me. It's the work and the effort that the pilots, the air crew, everybody that's involved, that has to go into making it look so flawless to us on the ground, and making it look so perfect. So we started out, I started doing videos. Every time I use my camera, it's another chance for me to get better at it and to improve. I hope and pray that I never stop learning. I hope and pray that I keep trying at it and keep trying to do better and better. You know, I have a couple people that I do watch on YouTube, that I strive to be like them, or strive to be as good as them, because I want to put out into the world, for those who have never seen an air show, for those who have never seen a military aircraft, they've never seen a F-18 or an F-35, or for those, specifically for those who've never seen the old World War II birds. You know, I want to show what those are. I want to show the people that maintain them, that fly them, and that pilot them. I want to show all of that, and I hope sincerely that it comes through the camera to you guys. We get a lot of people that ask, well, why do you do what you do? You know, they have no understanding or no idea of, they're like, why, who in their right mind? So on a regular air show weekend, depending on how far away it is, We will travel on a Thursday. Try to get there Thursday afternoon, Thursday evening. If it's the timing isn't right and we have to leave on a Friday, we'll try to leave. We'll leave at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning to get where we need to go, because we want to be there for practice day. We love practice days because sometimes you might see something that you don't get to see at the actual air show. And so every moment that we can show up, be there when the planes arrive, kind of to be in the scene and to catch the little tidbits and little moments that happen. We leave early. So we'll go and we'll be there practice day plus Saturday and Sunday. Most air shows are a 2-day event, most of them Saturday. 90% of the time, it's a Saturday and Sunday air show. It's the same events both days. But as, when you're trying to capture it, you might get a little bit on a Saturday and then go back to the hotel and check your video and be like, oh, I missed that. I need to catch it tomorrow. So our typical air show, we're at the gates before they open. I always tease and like to say, I have to be the first one at the gate. I have been known to sit for 2 hours at the gate before getting in to make sure. I want to be the first one there, and and it's not really being the first one there. When I think about it, I am so excited and I'm so ready to just be in the scene and on the scene and just soak up and be around all of that. Because my experience, the air show environment and the military environment, those are probably the most friendly people that you will ever meet. It's a wholesome, good environment that, everybody's there for the love of the aircraft, and whether it's military and civilian. I don't mean to rag so much and how much I love the military stuff. I love the civilian stuff. We have got the privilege of meeting a couple of civilian pilots, a couple of teams, and the effort, and I don't know how many people realize the amount of money, the amount of time that these pilots and their crews, the amount of time and effort and money that they have to put into putting on a show, and putting on a 30-minute show 2 days in a row. The sacrifice that they do for the love of their craft, for the love of what they do, and the passion, and it shows through every air show we go to. Every time we see them, there's a certain couple that we follow that I just absolutely love watching. They remind me of me and Jason. He's the pilot. His wife goes with him everywhere, and she supports him, and they're each other's sidekick, and that just reminds me of me and Jason so much, and I have so much respect for him. But I want to be able to show my love for this, and for the different aircraft that are there. We have a specific love for the World War II birds. I'm looking behind the camera, and my dog, German Shepherd dog, is sitting there. We love him so much. Her name is Fifi, and I named her that. There's a story behind that, one day I'll tell, but she's my Fifi after one of my favorite aircraft, B-29. But we have a soft spot for the World War II birds. We have been able to do a lot with the CAF. We've been able to record memories for them. Unfortunately, there's been too many of those planes and too many of those pilots and crew members that have been lost in the last couple of years. And that is one of the reasons that really spurs me on. If it's 100 degrees outside and I feel like I'm just dog tired and I just can't do it anymore, that comes in the back of my head of, this might be the last time, and that might sound morbid, but this might be the last time that you get to see this aircraft flying. There is a part of that there's going to come a day where parts are not going to be available for these aircraft. There's going to come a day where they're going to turn into museum pieces, and our children's children might not ever get to see them fly in person. They might not ever get to hear the roar of those engines, live. They might not get to. And so I feel like I take it on as my responsibility to share that with people, to record those memories and to share that sound and to share that just little piece of history of America and what the ingenuity and the out of necessity what we were able to build as a country. I do focus on, both of us focus on U.S. military aircraft. I have a very big pride in the United States. Both of my brothers are Marines. My son is a Marine. My dad was Air Force. My uncle's Air Force. His family, he's got multiple family members that have served in the military. So there's a connection there that makes it deeply personal, that I don't ever want that to die out. I don't ever want the love of what our country has developed and what our country has made. Forget all of the political stuff. Forget all of that comes with that. The absolute willpower and the ingenuity and the dedication that it took for these aircraft to be built and to design them and to put them together, and the women that helped build them during World War II. I don't ever want to forget that. I'm hoping this year to maybe do some interviews of some military members and maybe bring to life the history that our country has with that. I want to maybe do some research and bring you videos on certain aircraft. If you want to leave a comment in the video, tell me what your favorite, if you do have a favorite, tell me what your favorite is. And I would love to share the videos that I have of those aircraft. I would love to try and tell a history of where they came from and, put a little face to history. Maybe that's the way to say it. And then you go from that to the modern warbirds. I'm not gonna lie, one of my favorite is the F-35B. A little bit biased, it is the Marine version of the F-35, but seeing that jet hover at an air show, we went to one last year, I can't remember which one, or the year before, and on practice day the weather was perfect, and this is why we do practice days also, because the weather was perfect. It was a beautiful day and it was not too hot. They were able to come in and the F-35B did the hover, did the spin around. I've got videos, you can look it up on my channel, and just was able to just hover in midair. And that is just jaw-dropping amazing. Like the technology, what technology has allowed us to do is just outstanding. It's exciting to see what they're going to have in the future. When we look back 10, 20 years from now, what is it going to look like? The F-22, I love that. I love that jet. See, I'm getting excited. I'll give you a little side note. Yesterday was Sunday. Sunday for me is usually I'll edit video. Not gonna lie, watch movies or do stuff around the house. Jason comes in and he says, "Are you ready to go?" And I knew exactly what he was saying. He didn't even have to tell me anymore. Boy, I jumped up, I grabbed my bag, which I'll do a video of what I take in my bag for air shows. Maybe give you some tips on how to endure, because not gonna lie, most of it is 100-degree weather plus. So we jump in my car. Shout out to Jeep. I got a new Jeep. We drive a Jeep. We've driven the Jeep that we drove for a couple years. It has over 360,000 miles, knock on wood, and it still runs. But the time came, we did replace it with a new one. Anyway, jump in the Jeep and we start heading to Amarillo, and he's telling me, I'm driving. I'm not gonna lie, the self-control to set it on cruise and just cruise to Amarillo, because it is where we're located, it's about a 45-minute drive to get to the Amarillo airport. So, you know, we're always a little bit behind from everybody that's local there. But we're driving, and I asked him, you know, pull up on the radar. Well, there was 5 H-60s coming in from Oklahoma City. I had a photographer friend, you know, keeps them updated. And I said, well, where are they now? He said, oh, they're close to this town. Well, we're passing through that town. I look over, and all I see is 5 little dots, and they're on this side of the road, and they're far enough away. You know, the normal average person, which absolutely surprises me that people can drive down the road and have no idea what is flying above their heads. But I look over, and I was like, oh, there they are. But, you know, I have to follow the speed limit. I can't just fly. But the excitement of seeing them and then trying to not speed, I did speed a little bit, trying to get there. That's the excitement that I want to share with people. I want, you know, maybe some little that a teenager or a kid sees on my videos, or, you know, sparks their interest, say, oh, Mom, let's go to an air show. And they get to meet somebody, and, you know, years down the road find out, oh, they're a pilot, and they're a pilot because they saw a video on YouTube that sparked their interest, and they went to an air show, and that's where the love and the passion started. So that's kind of my introduction video that I wanted to share with you guys. I want to do something different with this channel. I don't just want to put up videos of planes flying. Although I could watch them all day, every day. I could sit outside and just, you know, watch them come and go, and I could do that every day. Unfortunately, you know, there's more things that have to be done. But I want to start doing some stories. I want to start maybe giving you guys some insights on tips and tricks of going to an air show. You know, what's the process when you get there, getting through the gate, and then finding your perfect spot. And just because it says show center here on the website doesn't mean that's always the best spot to pick to catch the best glimpse of stuff. Or, you know, they always tell you to drink water, but there's other things that you can bring that will help make the day tolerable. I know not everybody's going to be getting there 2 hours before the gates open like we do. But there's a trick and a tip to getting there at the right time, to where you're not stuck an hour outside of traffic having to watch the Blue Angels from a distance. There's tricks and tips to that. So, with that being said, I do want to announce for the month of January, on this video, once I get it uploaded, I'm going to do a giveaway. We have a whole history of photos, whether it's World War II, civilian, military, modern. Jason has a whole history on Instagram, Noise Photography 1979, and on Facebook. And to pick one is very hard. But I would like to do a giveaway. So you're going to subscribe, comment, and share. And at the end of January, I'm going to do a random drawing of those who have commented on this particular video. And we are going to offer the chance for you to go look at our Instagram, look at our Facebook, and whichever photo you would like, we are going to do a free print and ship it to you. So, you know, if you want a fantastic photo of the Blue Angels, you want a Thunderbirds. Right now, this year, the big thing is the A-10. Sadly, oh, I'm going to miss the A-10 this year. We've got some fantastic videos of that, photos of that. The Black Mamba A-10, you know, it's no longer flying. So if you want a chance to get one of those photos for free, just subscribe, leave a comment on this video, and like I said, at the end of the month, I will do a drawing and pick somebody and contact them, and you just tell me what photo you want and even what size. You know, if you live in a tiny apartment and don't have room for a big photo, or if you want a big photo, you know, you just let me know and we will get it to you. So, thank thank you for watching. Thank you for clicking. Thank you for, seeing the gray-haired lady and being, oh, what's that? Come back to my channel for more. If you're new to the channel, go back and see the old videos that I've got. If you have any suggestions, any ideas, anything, that you would like to see, let me know. Hit me up. I'm open for anything. I want to build this channel. I want to build a community. And you already have the love of aircraft, but maybe together, you can tell me what you love, I can tell you what I love, and we can build something. I look forward to 2025. We have a couple of opportunities that we haven't had in the past, to go do some things and to try some new things, something new. So I'm not going to say a whole lot. Just keep an eye on the channel. We've got things in the works. I'm working on maybe doing some shirts. I've never done that stuff before, but working on maybe some shirts. Leave in the comments what you would like. As you can tell behind me, we love the coins and we love the patches. I'm going to collect anything I can with that stuff. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe. Please leave a comment. And always remember, keep your eyes to the sky.